everyone, it is me Spicy, and today I have a different type of video for you all. This video is going to go through what I personally think makes a good Assassin's Creed entry. First, let's start with the protagonist of the AC games. For example, we have Ezio. Ezio was a great character with a great story that spanned across 3 games. 4 if you count Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. His story was excellent. I loved every bit of his story, and when he was sad, you were sad as well. Like when he had to watch his father and brothers get wrongly executed, you felt that pain, and that's what makes Ezio such a good character. But then with the new entries, we have the dialogue options. So characters like Abel, people who made Abel, they did it really well with Abel, because whatever choice you pick feels like Abel, feels like that character. It feels like him or her. That's what they would do, and that's what they would say. You know, like when you had to pick to assassinate somebody or just let them live, it feels like either choice, it feel like Abel would pick that choice. But Cassandra or Alexios, they were a terrible character. You could either be horny, sad, angry, or just in between. And it's a bipolar character, and bipolar characters, especially with dialogue options, do not belong in an Assassin's Creed game. Okay, now let's talk about the story. The story of an Assassin's Creed game is very important, very vital to the game itself. Let's take Assassin's Creed 1, for example. The story of that was you were a young assassin who turned against the Creed, not fully, didn't join the Templars, but still didn't follow the creeds, killed an innocent man for no reason, got one of his fellow assassins killed and one severely hurt, and then he got deranked and he had to work his way killing targets to get his ranks back, only to find out that the final target, the Grand Master, was your Grand Master. The Grand Master of the Assassins was also the Grand Master of the Templars, and he needed Templars and needed you to kill every other master so that he could be the only one left and have the power of the apple all to himself. While assassinating, I think it was 9 targets to lead up to your Grand Master's reveal, you were slightly turned to the Templars' side, them giving you reasons for their actions and reasons why they were with the Templars. And I think that's really good that even from the very first Assassin's Creed game, you were already tilting towards the Templars' side. Then we have Assassin's Creed Origins, which I think was a really good story and one of the best ones yet. First of all, you're Bayek, and you're a Magi, and then you eventually work as a Magi working under Cleopatra. And you have a list of targets to kill, and you're killing them to revenge the death of your son, who you accidentally killed at the hand of the people that you're trying to murder in revenge. And you also have your wife Aya helping you, and you eventually form the Hidden Ones. My only problem with this story is that I wish we got to do like a syndicate scenario where we got to play as Bayek and Aya, and remember, Syndicate was only one before this, and I think it would have been better if the final boss wasn't some guy that we only just met half an hour ago. You know, it would have been an excellent plot twist if the final boss was Julius Caesar or someone. But now it's just some brand new character that we had never heard of before. But overall, AC1 and AC Origins were one of the best stories of the game, best redemption stories of the game, best redemption and revenge stories of any AC game. Okay everybody, now let's talk about setting. So first we have AC Odyssey. I thought the setting for Odyssey was so good. I love the ancient Greek setting, I love the history of the Greeks, and I just love everything about them. Just one of the major problems of that setting is that because it is set in Greece, there isn't a lot of dense cities, so the parkour is, not as good as of the lack of buildings and rooftops to jump and climb over,
But then we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which was awesome, in the freaking in London during the Industrial Revolution, and we have all these child labor places, and we have all these different dense factories and houses and buildings and homes and all that. They're just so dense, and it makes it so much easier to climb. And even when there is big gaps, because like the roads and that in between buildings, you had the grappling hook that you could or it wasn't called that, but like you had that you could use to easily get across those big gaps, which I thought was really good. So having a more dense setting really fits Assassin's Creed a lot more than an open setting like Valhalla, Origins, and Odyssey. And I hope that in the next Assassin's Creed game, which I'm hoping is a China one, goes off Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, but I'm hoping that has more dense cities. I don't know if that's possible if it's Chinese or like set wherever it's going to be set, because I don't know a lot about China, and it might not even be set there. But yeah, more dense cities fit Assassin's Creed better. Big open places are okay, but dense cities are better for Assassin's Creed. Now we have the combat. Now, the combat is very crucial to Assassin's Creed. I know you play as an assassin, so you're meant to be all stealthy and everything, but when stealth doesn't work, you gotta, find a different way. Modern problems require modern solutions. Always remember that. And Black Flag's combat, right? It was good, but it was a lot too easy. It was too easy for every single person who played it, No offense, but whoever found it hard is kind of an idiot. I will not take that back. I mean that. It was, there's a red icon above the enemy's head. Tap B, X, A, or B. What do you want to press? A to throw them, B to throw them, A to disarm them, and X to kill them. It was really simple. But the thing with that was, it wasn't about it being easy or hard. It was about looking good doing it. And that combat system was in 3 Black Flag and Rogue, although in 3 you had to hold B instead of just tapping it for whatever reason. But, it was about looking cool, not whether you were good or bad at it, You could be terrible at it somehow, but if you made it look cool, then you could be excellent at it, And you could be excellent at it like everybody should be, but then make it look shit, and then everybody just sees you as doing it in a shit way or not being able to do it, because it doesn't look cool. Then we have games like Odyssey and Valhalla that add abilities to the combat and change it so the combat is legit just bumpers and just bumpers. And you have abilities that can add poison damage to your weapons, fire damage to your weapons. One of the ones in Valhalla is just tackle them and start smashing their face in with your fist. Odyssey, you could stab your broken spear into their shield and throw it away. You can send balls at them, arrows to come down from above. Those games bring a bow into the combat, not a gun. So the combat gets a lot more diverse in Valhalla and Origins and Odyssey even. But yeah, combat is a vast thing that is very needed in every Assassin's Creed game. Okay, now we have the parkour. Now, let's talk about Assassin's Creed 2 parkour. I remember playing Assassin's Creed 2 when I was really little, and I loved that game. I especially loved the parkour. The parkour was excellent. The only problem is that, there was no problems with it. It was brilliant. It was excellent. No problems with it. It was so good that it made you feel like Ubisoft wanted to just be dicks by putting that parkour system in the game. They wanted to be dicks, that's why they put that parkour system in the game, and it made you feel like you were terrible, like you could not ever do parkour ever again. Which, let's be honest, I am terrible at every sort of parkour. Assassin's Creed makes it easy now with it just being tapping A, but that's for later. Assassin's Creed 2 was excellent, It made you, you felt awarded just for climbing to a viewpoint. That's how good it was. And especially when it had those Assassin's tombs and Templars tombs and stuff like that, where you had to chase a little shit, which is what I like to call them, and you had to chase them, but you had to do parkour, like go up elevators, jump over things, climb walls, and that. Especially the parkour puzzles, they were so annoying, but like it felt so rewarding once you finally did it. Then we have the new games Odyssey, Origins, and Valhalla. And with these games, it is just tap A. I'm glad Valhalla upgraded a little bit, so you have to actually, so you get to control whether you're sprinting or just walking, which is good. But you know, I wanted to go back to the roots of like 2 and 3 and all that. But yet again, if they did that, they'd have to completely remake not remake, probably have to bring the combat back to the original again, which I would not really like, because the new combat adds an extra challenge to the game, which I enjoy. But yeah, the parkour, if there's no parkour in an Assassin's Creed game, it cannot be counted as an Assassin's Creed game. That's my opinion, and my opinion alone. If you guys share the opinion, I'll be glad to hear it. But yeah, like, the new games make it way too easy. I'd like to see it get harder, not sure how, but they make it way too easy. Assassin's Creed 2 was excellent, maybe something like that somehow, but yeah. So in conclusion, that is for me personally what makes a good, even great Assassin's Creed game. Now if you disagreed with any of my points, please share your opinions down in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not like and subscribe if you're new and like the content you saw here today. As this video took ages to make, I had to do a lot of editing, I had to do a lot of retakes, and it's like 3 in the morning, so any support, any likes, subscribe, even just turning notifications on or commenting on this video would really help. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.